Welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a to your chest, like a vest for you in the city of. We in that sunshine state where the bomb be, the state where you never find a dance floor.
Welcome everybody, Zen Gang, to the first ever Turf Talk episode with me and my head coach, Coach Wood.
Welcome. Shout out Zane Gang.
Yeah, this is for Zane Gang, everybody. It's for Zane Gang.
Make sure you get some Zane Gang merch.
Yeah, make sure you get some merch. You know, haven't been doing some sales lately not because I'm lazy. It's just busy a lot with sports. Recently just got done with basketball season, which will open up my questions there. We had a great season. Finished our season 19-7 overall. And girls basketball coach, assistant, Coach Wood. If you want to talk a little bit about the girls.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy season.
Yeah.
Just all together, boys and girls, crazy season. Ups and downs. It was definitely crazy. Hey, shout out to the high school girls basketball team.
Really? Yes.
For the grit and ability to fight through adversity that they did this year, and they showed.
It's amazing what they did.
Became stronger mentally, physically, and the things that they had to go through and put themselves through, being undermanned, understaffed. Shout out to them, every one of them. Love you, girls.
Yep. With only 6 girls, that just means a lot. Without, because if 6 girls go on there and you could just be like, oh, I don't want to go, just makes us look bad with only 6 girls. But those 6 girls really pushed through it, and I'm proud of them all. And it was just, it was great watching them.
They fought the whole time. Basketball's over. Winter sports kind of wrapping up. Powerlifting is, wrapping up. It's kind of a mixture between a winter spring because it ends, right at the beginning of spring, right in March. I think we got, we're 3-time defending state champs in powerlifting.
Yeah.
So as a team, don't know if we'll get it this year. We'll compete, but we definitely, I think we've only got one baseball guy that's a powerlifter this year, or that's going to be going to state anyways. Now, they'll probably still go compete and still do really well because as a team, they're just big and strong. That's what they do. So,
shout out powerlifting team.
Yep. Shout out powerlifting team and everything they do and the hard work they put in. Right. We're moving into spring sports here, and big part of spring sports is baseball, golf, and track. Which yourself, you're baseball and golf guy.
Yeah, both of them.
Shout out Team Zane Gang.
Yep, on golf.
Yeah, buddy.
If you haven't watched that video, go watch it right here.
Team Zane Gang.
Go watch it.
This is the 2 better members of Team Zane Gang. Maybe I'm just a little biased because we're on, because we're on the podcast. But
shout out Grady and Dawn.
Shout out Grady and D. Wells.
Y'all get good as me and Coach Wood soon.
But good stuff, man. We'll have them on here one day.
Yeah.
Just have a, Team Zane Gang.
We need
special going on. That might be a little exciting. Don't know if the fans can handle that yet. But,
that's a lot of humor.
But yeah, it's good stuff. Later on we're gonna have a special guest with us. One of our senior baseball players. We got 5 senior baseball players, and so we kind of talked about and decided to bring one on. And so hopefully you guys really enjoy, our conversation and things like that. We had some questions prepared for him, and it's great stuff. So, but hey, big question here: what is your favorite thing about spring?
Spring?
Yeah.
Really, the spring. I love the weather. I love the weather time in spring. I love the, not too hot, not too cold, but sometimes you never know with this Oklahoma weather. You might get a tornado.
Bipolar, real bipolar. It was 90 degrees 2 days ago.
That's crazy.
And
what was it today? Like
32, 33 when we went outside this morning.
That's crazy. But
only in Oklahoma, people.
Yeah.
Only in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah. But spring, you get to play golf. I really enjoy playing golf. You get to play baseball. I've been playing baseball since I was little. Ever since Midwest Elite. Shout out Big Greg. It's just been really.
Greg. He's probably gonna watch this.
Yeah, he probably is.
Shaking his head the whole time, going, "Oh my god, can't believe you said my name."
No, but it's been really 2 good sports. One of my favorite sports too. Those 2. it's just a great season. I love it, and I hope we go far. Hope we go state in baseball and golf. It'd be really cool if we go both in them. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think you can't beat true spring weather.
Right.
Chilly in the morning.
Perfect
in the afternoon.
Yes.
You
Not
know,
too hot though.
70,
Not
80
blazing.
degrees where
Yeah.
shorts and a t-shirt, get out there, maybe sweat a little bit, but
Yeah.
not overbearing, you know. Hey, people haven't felt the heat unless they feel that Kuwait heat.
Yeah.
I was telling some people last summer that this last summer might have been one of the hottest summers that we've had in a while, and mainly because it was just so dry, and it was the closest summer that I've been in that reminded me of, you know, summertime in Kuwait or Middle East, you know, because I don't recommend that at all. It's like turning your oven on to 300 degrees and sticking your hand in there and having someone throw water on you and then throw dirt in your face.
Yes.
It's about what it's like because you're dirty and sweaty all the time, and it's unreasonably hot. So don't recommend that. Yeah, I mean, the only negative thing about spring is there's not much sports on right now. You know,
Yeah,
you got college
really.
basketball, you got
Really,
college
yeah,
basketball and NBA,
Really, the only thing I watch is college basketball.
and you know, when basketball's over, because you know we're only a month or so away from college basketball ending.
Mhm.
We're about a month and a half, 2 months away from NBA ending,
Mhm.
and when that's over, you got baseball.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a good month, you know, in the spring that really the only sports to watch are baseball, maybe some golf, some tennis. What do you tend to find to watch the most when it comes to sports this time of year?
Really, like spring falls into like with March Madness. I really enjoy watching college basketball, and it is more exciting for me to watch college basketball instead of NBA.
There's almost nothing better than March Madness.
Really, yeah.
Man.
It's like a college football playoff. Nothing beats that too. Love
Yeah.
watching this.
Hey, and you know, and it's getting pretty exciting on the girls' side too.
Oh, yeah.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
man,
goodness.
man, she's putting up some shots.
She's getting the most in like all sports and like points in all college basketball.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Boys
Like,
and girls.
I watched the video the other day of her shooting this shot, and it was almost like a half court out of bounds shot. And she threw it up and then just turned around and walked away because she knew it was going in.
Yeah, she's
Like
crazy.
it's
She's
insane.
nuts.
It's crazy. You know,
Yeah.
how about you know, OU Sooners beating OSU in overtime, a buzzer beater the other day.
McCollum, I did see that.
Man,
That was crazy.
You know, in my experience with Bedlam, it's you know, it's kind of gonna suck a little bit that we're not gonna have it.
That's right.
Just because it's Bedlam, you know, and we've had it for so long. It doesn't matter how good one team is or how bad one team is. It's always a game, and it doesn't matter what sport it is.
This Big 12 in college basketball is the best college basketball in conference area because not all of them, but almost all of them are all ranked.
Oh yeah,
They're
there's
like-
a ton of, and they're probably
Big
going to
12.
get more people in the NCAA tournament, more teams than any other conference.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
easily the best basketball conference.
Shout out
there
Big
is right
12,
now.
but
Shout
we're
out
leaving to
Big
go
12.
to SEC
for a few more months.
for a few more months. Yeah, SEC.
Shout out
SEC.
OU softball. When do you think they're going to lose this year?
Man, they've been really good the past years. But it's weird though because they're so great and it's hard to be like, no, they're gonna lose because they're just so good. It's crazy.
They find a way.
It's so weird.
Like they've been down in a couple games this year, and they just find a way.
Yeah.
You think okay, maybe they lose one, but
Yeah.
do you think they get to 100 wins,
Oh, easy. I think they got it.
bro? When will that ever be broke?
That's oh my goodness.
Think
that's
about
so, That's
that.
so like it hurts my
Think
brain
about
to
that.
think about. How is a sports
100
team?
straight wins?
That's crazy.
So my question is, out of any other sport, what's the most consecutive wins by a college program in any sport?
That's crazy.
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That people should comment.
Yeah.
Comment.
down below, everybody.
Comment down
Comment
below
down
if you
below.
know. Right. We'll have to do some research. Maybe bring it up, talk about it on the
Yep.
next episode. That's just a question I just thought of some
Yeah.
off the top of my head. Because 100 straight wins is a lot.
Yeah.
You know what was it in college football? It was because OU had it for had the most
They did?
consecutive wins, and then Notre Dame beat them.
Oh, I
It
didn't-
was like 50 something straight wins, I think.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and then I think it was that year is in football, and then it was Notre Dame beat them and broke their
Dang.
undefeated streak. It's back when I want to say it was back when, I could be wrong on this. Maybe when Switzer was there, I could be wrong. It might have been when Bud Wilkinson was at OU back in the day. So, okay, this is a tough one for you.
Okay.
What's your favorite spring sport
Spring sport?
that you play? What's your favorite one?
That's hard because
I knew it would be.
it's hard.
Because you like golf, you love golf.
I love
but you
golf.
also love baseball.
I love baseball too. I don't know. I think I'm. I would say I was gonna say that I'm better at something, but I'm like equal. I don't know how to explain it.
And so I was talking to shout out Boston Russell, right? I was talking to him the other day before our practice yesterday.
Yeah.
Because he had kind of walked over and was chatting with me in the dugout, and I was asking him what his favorite sport was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, probably this one," and I think he said football. And I was like, if you're anything like me, whatever sport I was playing at the time, when someone asked me, that was my favorite.
That is true. That is true.
If you're playing golf that day,
It's golf.
and they ask you, it's golf. But if you're playing baseball that day, it's baseball. But
That's
during
right.
football season, okay, that might be my favorite sport.
That's how I always am.
Yeah, I was the same way.
Yeah.
Man. It was that whatever sport I was in, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
You ask me now, it's still tough to say because, I loved every sport I played. I love sports. It's an infatuation.
You played all sports?
Yeah, I didn't play basketball in school.
You
I
didn't?
played basketball, in
Yeah.
the neighborhood and stuff like that, and it was pretty decent. I was pretty all right. I
you
wouldn't
the
say I was a
neighborhood?
world.
Were you the neighborhood bully in basketball?
No, I wouldn't say I bullied people.
You like the
But
toss?
I could get down in the court. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. I was okay. I was pretty okay.
Yeah.
I started playing football late and all that. Baseball was always my first sport, my first love, and some of the other sports were new to me when I got into high school. Like I knew them because I watched them, but I loved them. And sports were an obsession for me. And even as a young adult into adulthood, and when I, get serious relationships and married. At one point, me and my wife were dating pretty serious, and I would coach, and then I'd come home and watch sports, and then play sports video games.
Yeah.
And I played video games, but it was only sports. I didn't play those other shooter games, things like that. And so she gave me an ultimatum one day, and she's like, "Listen, you can either coach or watch it, or you can coach and play video games, or you can watch and play video games. You can't do all three. You got to give one of them up." And so I had to. I gave up. Man, I gave up playing video games all the time. And and then when we had a kid, we had a kid. I was like, "Hey."
Shout out Tyler.
Yeah, shout out Tyler. Graduate senior. When we had a kid, I was like, "Hey, now I have a reason to play some video games." But I never really got back into them except once a year with the Madden tournament.
Oh yeah.
Madden
right.
tournament. But I'm pretty decent at Madden.
Yeah.
I only play it once a year. But back in the day, I played it all the time. And
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite games to play. So
Shout out Coach Wood. That was really fun. Actually, it was real fun.
Yeah. Hey, we do. This year was our second annual Madden tournament,
right?
which I got the idea from a friend of mine from high school that I played went to high school with, who is an athletic director now, and he was a soccer coach, and that's something that he did with his soccer team. Was every year they did a FIFA tournament, and I thought about doing, because we do it for baseball players. Thought about doing MLB, but man, that'd take forever. We'd be there. It'd have to be like a 2-3 day tournament. But I did talk about maybe this year getting an MLB league, online league together between
cool.
all the players and us, and every week we have an opponent, we play each other, and we can set up kind of the rules, something like that. I don't know. Let's look into it. I don't know much about MLB video games nowadays, but
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it might be fun. Be fun. We're going into baseball.
Right.
Hey, Monday, right?
Yeah.
Season opener, March 4th.
Opening season, baby.
Right. Baseball season opening up. We pretty excited about it, right? We're I know I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, me too. Real excited.
Basketball was fun. It was exciting. Everything I do, I go full go, and and ready for baseball. Now, unlike a lot of sports, we don't have a long time to practice before we have to play. You think about like football, you got all summer. Really, you got July. You get back in July, you start practicing, really doing football stuff, lifting, conditioning, those kinds of things. You have
Summer pride, hot summer days.
Summer pride, things like that. And then we'll get a good full 2-3 weeks before our first game. And then basketball is very similar, unless you're going all the way to the state championship in football. Our first basketball game is usually not till December.
Yeah.
For high school, so you get 2-3 weeks of good practicing in before you start playing. Baseball, you don't have that luxury. Like, we literally stopped playing basketball last weekend. We practice this week and we start playing next week.
That's what we were talking about in basketball season. We were like, if we win and keep winning, we go to area and then we'll have the baseball game. That
unless you make it past the area, and then we have to reschedule games.
That's crazy to think about.
But we would be literally showing up,
yeah,
losing out an area if we made it that far, right? Or we lost out then, and then. But yeah, we would have been, made it all the way to the area tournament, and then if we lose that, literally playing 2 days later. Say we lose on Saturday. Well, hey, we might have to get together on Sunday and do some baseball stuff just to get ready for the first game. Now, we had a makeup day already planned out with our first opponent. So if by chance something like that happened and we needed some extra time, then we already had a day later on in mind for a makeup day where we could have just added it to the back end of the season on a Saturday, which would have been all right. So, which, fortunately, we lucked out that our first games were against Comanche, and it's former Frederick Bomber coaching Comanche this year.
Yeah.
Shout out Fabian Reyes. This will be good. So, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting. We got to, get all the support we can get this baseball season, right? We're looking for a lot of exciting things.
Yep.
You excited about it?
Real excited, man. Last year, just a freshman, just learning stuff, new stuff with upperclassmen, and just a fun season, And I'm just second year going in. I'm just glad to, I'm getting used to stuff, to the high school stuff, and happy and ready to get the season going.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's amazing as an athlete, and I've told many athletes before this, and with myself that it's kind of like one day you play sport, kind of like I saw it with you in basketball this year a little bit. First few games, going out there varsity, speed of the game is a little different. It's a little fast, and then next thing you know,
bigger people.
Overnight, it's like you show up, watch you play in a game, and then it was like you were a completely different player because everything slowed down.
Yeah.
And it was almost like that light bulb went off, and the game just got a little slower, and almost not quite slow motion, which eventually, you'll play it enough that the game will feel like slow motion for you. Football will be that way, baseball will be that way, things like that. It's just kind of one of those things, and it's funny hearing guys that I talk to about that, past players, things like that. They come to me later on. I'll have that conversation with them, and then literally when it happened, junior, senior year, whatever, man, you were right. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden overnight I woke up and the game just felt like I was slow motion. I was doing so much more, this and that. And it was like that with multiple sports. So it's good stuff.
It really is.
Yeah. It's no different with anything you do though. I've got experiences in military stuff. It's like everything seems so fast when you first get going, but then when you drill it every day, you drill it every day.
Shout out Coach Wood. Thank you for your service.
No problem. Thanks for the support here. You drill it every day, man. It becomes a routine. Becomes slow motion. But that's kind of their motto: keep it simple, stupid. That's where that KISS motto came from. Was the military that a lot of coaches and a lot of people use now is keep it simple, stupid, or stupid simple, because simplify things, make things as simple and as dumb as you can, so that everybody can understand it, because everybody's different.
Yep.
But yeah, it's good stuff, man. I love sports. Love it a lot.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, really, I didn't get to talk much about the basketball season, about how stuff ended and stuff, but we are 19-7 record. It's a pretty good record, winning record. Our 7 losses were all tough teams. So they were Riverside, Duke.
I think all of them made it to area in their classes. Merritt made it to area. They were regional consolation champs.
That's probably the one we should have won out of all of them.
That's the only bad. I don't want to say bad loss because they're an area team.
Yeah.
They're a 2A area team. But it's just a game that guys definitely should have lost.
Yeah.
Now, shout out to Mary because they played their tails off of that
Yeah,
game.
a lot of mistakes too.
And then went out the next day and laid an egg.
Yeah.
But they made it. You know, they made it through playoffs with everybody healthy. They're a different team with that point guard. He's pretty good, big energy guy. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, they're definitely a different team.
Yep. Our team was district champs this year.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Really good stuff.
Yeah, got beat out by Comanche for that last year.
Yeah, I know.
Who, oddly enough, is the same team that beat us out of regionals this year.
Yep. It was a tough loss, 52-53.
Yeah.
Came down to the wires.
Yeah, games like that, it's tough, man. It's hard to look at one thing and say, this is why we lost this game.
Yeah.
This is why, that's one of those things. There's so many things. You make 2 more free throws. You make 1 more layup, you win that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's how many missed layups were there, throughout that game? Or how many turnovers were there?
Right.
Hey, we don't turn the ball over this possession, maybe they don't score a basket, So it's a crazy deal. Those are almost worse than losses than a blowout loss.
Yeah.
Because in a blowout loss, just like Kingston, they were just good.
They were a good team.
They were just good. Now, y'all probably could have played them a little closer, but they were just good. Matchup-wise, they were good. And that one probably definitely didn't hurt as bad as the 1-point loss.
Yeah, really.
Riverside girls.
Yeah, they were legit.
They're good. They're legit.
Yeah.
But they'll have their work cut out for them when they play Dell and things like that.
Yeah.
So will Hobart.
Yeah, the Hobart boys played.
Dell boys are
legit, real good. They have a kid on their team that's real good.
Yeah, he's committed to OU. He dropped
Basketball.
50 in a game
one
day. Can you imagine?
It's pretty crazy.
Imagine. Kate Rhodey had, 37 in that one game?
He did?
I think so, a couple years ago. One game. Or 30, 32, 33, something like that. He dropped in a game. Crazy stuff, man. But, all right. And this brings us to our special guest, the first guest on the first episode of Turf Talk.
Absolutely.
We'd like to introduce you to Kellan Hicks. Yeah, clap it up for Kellan.
Good to have you on the podcast, Kellan.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kellan, how are you, buddy?
Good.
Good to see you again. Feels like I haven't seen you forever.
Just earlier.
Just earlier, yeah. All right, we'll get started. This is Kellan Hicks. Of course, everybody knows that. He's, baseball player, basketball player, kind of a little bit of a football player too, I would say, but, it's good to have you on. And I guess we can just get started with some of these questions, and then we'll just kind of, open it up and have some conversations. Try to, stay relaxed. I know you're probably nervous. So,
Real nervous.
Zane, you can start first if you want to. Ask him.
All right. As you know, Kellan, it's my dog right here. Glad to have you with us. And my first question for you is, what has been your favorite memory in FHS sports?
I'll take it back to football against Lindsay, sophomore year. We had a timeout coming in, 4th and 3. Coach Tyler goes, "Who wants the ball?" And I said, "I don't want it."
That's what I like to hear.
Big
Fine.
sophomore right there, taking charge.
Oh, you were a sophomore. Right.
Yeah.
Dang.
Awesome.
Around the 35
It's like
yard
you,
line.
Zane.
It's a lot
It's
of-
like them asking you this year, "Hey, who wants the ball?" And Zane going, "Hey, give me the ball. I want it."
Takes a lot of guts.
It does. It does. I don't know if I would have done that as a
I
sophomore.
probably threw up for that game anyways.
If you didn't know, Zane Gang, Kellan, before every football game, does his little throw up session.
Yes, he does.
Every
Hey,
game.
he balled out though every time when he did it. So, and congratulations, he got honorable mention All-State this year.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's a big feat. It's a big feat. Yeah. Hopefully he'll get some awards in baseball too. We'll see how that goes, right? See how that goes. I know basketball was kind of an up and down season, very emotional for everybody. I'll ask one of my questions, and then we can jump over to the Facebook questions, and then I'll finish it up with, I've got about 3 questions that I'm going to ask Kel here, but I've known Kellan for a long time.
Long time.
I mean, I got video of Kellan back in the day over at my house making domino forts and stuff like that.
Goodness.
Down
And
the stairs.
downstairs, we used to live in this house. Our old house over on 11th Street, had stairs. We come in, we get there, man, and we made these. I'm talking legit domino deals where we just knock them down at the top and it'd go down the steps. They'd hit a ball roll down a little track, hit more
Jeez.
dominoes. It was legit, man. It was a lot of fun. We were very creative. And then some of the funnest times we had was nighttime hide and seek.
He
Nighttime
won
hide
every
and
time.
seek.
He was too quick.
I was, you know, I was just a little smarter, I think, more than anything else. And those kids were quick and fast when they're young, but you know.
Who's all there?
Oh, the whole neighborhood.
Oh my goodness.
Kellan, Talon, Tyler,
Rudy.
Xavier,
Rudy?
Mitchell.
Rudy was
Mitchell.
there? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we even had old Eastside, because that was their next door neighbor back then, old Fabian
Jeez.
Reyes. Who, by the way, Fabian Reyes, that's who we play on Monday.
That's right. That's
Comanche
right.
on Monday. So, all right, my first question to you, Kellan, is, you know, you were hurt last year. You got hurt in football, and you had to sit out, and you missed the whole baseball season. It's kind of a two-part question. What was that like for you, having to sit out last year, right? And then the second part is, if you, after experiencing that, if you had any advice you could give to someone else or other players younger than you, what would it be?
When I was little, we had a Blackhawks team, and that's where it all started with my guys that graduated. Not playing with them that last year, playing baseball really sucked. Couldn't be there to play with my friends that I grew up with playing baseball, and it really sucked because I know I could have been an impact to that baseball team.
For sure.
Yeah, and that's tough. It makes it tough when you're not going to really be a part of something you've been a part of your whole life, you know. Second part of that question was, what advice would you have for other athletes, younger guys, from your experience of sitting out and not getting to play? What advice would you have for them?
My advice would be to get surgery as fast as you can and not wait. And hit the weight room. I don't hit it very much. And get your bones strong to where it don't even break.
That's not terrible advice. Get strong so they don't break.
Yeah. You drink your milk.
Yeah,
Drink
yeah,
milk.
yeah. All right. So before we came on, we did a little roulette. I posted questions on Facebook to allow people to, and friends and family, an opportunity to ask questions, and then we put all their names on a little roulette deal, and some random names got picked. So now it probably would have been a lot more people, but you know, I'm not Facebook famous like some people out there. I'm pretty low key, you know, when it comes to that stuff. So there's very minimal of the people that asked. Is, you know, mainly the biggest part of them was Kellan's family. So, and oddly enough, the two names that it picked were family. The first name that it picked was old Kate Hicks.
Shout out Kate Hicks. K-Bo.
Kellan's bigger brother. Yep. Shout out to Kate Hicks, who recently, beat the Sooners in esports. Go Dogs, right?
Go Dogs.
His little claim to fame. You know, kicking butt, taking names, right? That's what I'm talking about. Well done, Cade. Well done. All right, Cade's question was, how have past teams you've been on made you a better player? Describe your major highlights and achievements in sports in the past. That second part's probably a little
Hard.
easier, you know.
Hard.
The achievements and accomplishments, because you've got some major accomplishments with the, you know, honorable mention All-State, stuff like that. But the first part is definitely, you know, probably a little tougher. You know, what you've learned or you know, past teams kind of made you a better player.
The past teams helped me be a better player because I was surrounded by good players. All them guys breathe baseball and are good. And it's just enjoyable being around them every weekend at hotels, having fun, being bad.
We don't condone being bad, by the way. Disclaimer.
It was fun because all the family just have a good time.
Awesome, that's a great one. So the second part of that question was, describe your major highlights and achievements in sports in the past. And this is all sports.
My major highlights in football, I got honorable All-State, and baseball, I got All-District as a sophomore, and that's a good highlight for me, accomplishing those goals, because it ain't easy to do. Basketball, I got All-Tournament or All-Star. But basketball ain't my sport, so I'll stick to baseball.
Yeah, well done, well done. The other question comes from old Nance, and of all the people that are in your life, your second biggest supporter has been Nance. Has never missed a sporting event, been very supportive.
Yes.
He even came to pretty much all the games last year when you weren't even playing while you were injured. Came to all your baseball games just to support. Shout out to Nance.
Yeah, shout out Nams, man. She's always supportive, and every Frederick football game day, every time on Facebook she tags me in a post, and it's always telling me good luck, and that just gives me a good feeling, and that she's always supportive. We love you, Nams.
Love you, Nam.
So the next question that Nams asked was, she of course had a little spiel, said, Kellan, you're an amazing athlete in football, basketball, track, baseball, and I enjoy watching you succeed. What do you personally enjoy the most when playing sports? What is the most important lesson you learned from playing years of sports that you will use in your life after graduation?
I enjoy competing and going against other people and showing off our skills as a team. Teamwork, dedication, patience, and just being disciplined, because you never know when you'll have to be disciplined. In football going on too, got to be disciplined in that. Teamwork, can't do everything by yourself, so you have to depend on other people to be there for you and step up and play their role.
Awesome. Those are all good qualities, great qualities you can take on further in life and help you out. So good stuff, man. It's good stuff. So shout out to our Facebook followers, or my Facebook friends to helping us out with some of those questions. We'll get back to, I have a couple more questions I'm going to ask Kellan here. This first one is, again, it's a little bit two-part question. Has a little bit to do with recruiting. Question is, have you been involved in the recruiting process? And I know a little bit, some of it you have, because we've talked and I've kind of reached out to you about, wanting to play at the next level and those kinds of things. But more than that, have you been involved in the recruiting process real heavy or anything like that?
I haven't been really involved in it, but I've talked to a couple just by going to big tournaments and them telling me what I could do better and what I'm good at. And they're always there talking to me after games. They always give you tips on what you can do to get in front of the eyes that you need to be in.
All right, so the second part of this question was, what are your plans after high school?
My plans after high school is going, if I don't make it on a baseball scholarship, I'll end up getting my degree in being a physical therapist or maybe a coach, because I love being around sports, and that's what I love.
Awesome, yeah. Coaching's so much fun, and just being around sports because you love them. It's very similar to how I am. It's probably why we get along like we do, because we both love sports. I started coaching many moons ago. 2 younger brothers, 10 years younger, one older, 2 younger, and I was 15, sophomore in high school, started coaching them t-ball, and immediately fell in love with the mentorship and just the excitement that the kids get, when they succeed at that younger level, and you show them something, and then something great happens, and you're just like, oh man, there's no better feeling, as a coach. So that's awesome. It's good stuff. Well, the last question is, what is something that they do in one sport that you wish they carried over into other sports?
I like the bomber backer stuff because you get that leader that you need in your life. As a Brian, he's my bomber backer, and
Shout out Brian Sheffield.
Yeah. And they just give you them wise words from being an adult, because you ain't lived them years yet, and you get to see their experiences, and they teach you things that you haven't experienced yet. And I think that's good for us younger people, because some people might not have that in their daily life, and people need that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's something that that we do here in Frederick, that for those who are kind of new, who don't really know much about Frederick and things like that, something they do here is they have a bomber backer program during football season that gentlemen and adult males get together and kind of mentor the players. And they get assigned different players, and they take them to lunch. They exchange numbers. They just build those relationships that a lot of kids need and deserve. That for some, it might be the difference between a good day and a bad day. And I recently went to a coach's clinic in Oklahoma City at Southern Nazarene. Shout out Southern Nazarene. And Eddie Wright, the district athletic director at Oklahoma City Public Schools, who puts this coaches clinic on every year. And one of the things I kind of talked to them about when we were in kind of our little panel discussion, coaches discussion, was, that Frederick was the first place, or only place that I'd ever been to or been around that did, something like that, a bomber backer program. And I thought it was an amazing thing as someone who was a bomber backer before I got into coaching here and all that, So, yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome thing. I want to give a big shout out to Jeff Marshall, lifetime bomber backer, bomber supporter for many, many years. We, recently lost him, and he's in a happier place for sure. He'll definitely be missed around the, bomber community. So,
Great guy.
Lots of memories. Saw him at everything. Went to all the basketball games too. Always saw him places, man. Saw him everywhere. So, big supporter. So, shout out to him and his family. Prayers out to them. So, that being said, I think it's been an honor. Thank you for being the first official guest on episode 1 of Turf Talk.
Yes, sir.
Got some big things coming this year. Have a lot of fun at baseball. At the least, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Right. At the least, we're gonna have some fun, and then maybe even play some good baseball too, so fans can enjoy it, support it, and, come have a good time while we're playing. Maybe not fun like
Savannah Bananas.
Savannah Bananas, but it's fun. We're still gonna have a good time. You never know. That could be your home run dance, right? Hit one over the fence, get home plate, get you a little twerk on. But
Maybe Aaron.
Maybe
Aaron, if you tune in.
Oh yeah, he's definitely, boy. He was so excited to practice the other day when he went over foul. He went from I don't know if I want to do this stuff. Let me take one more. One more. So it's good stuff. All right. Hey, you got anything you want to add to before Kellan leaves?
Yeah, it's been great for me having Kellan with me, because not only he's a good guy for me, but we all play the same. We play the same position in sports, except for baseball. I'm not a catcher, but in football, he's a slot back, and I'm below him in slot back, and he just teaches me great stuff in football, and just like anything I do, if I do something wrong or my dad doesn't yell at me, he tells me before he gets on to me. But
shout out Coach Tyler.
and in basketball, he's a point guard, and I'm a point guard below him, and he's definitely been just a great leader for me, and we compete to make each other better all the time, and I'm sure I'm going to miss him next year when he leaves.
Gonna miss you too, little man.
Man, well, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming on, Kellan.
Thank you for having me. Don't make fun of it, Aaron.
It went into my ear, dude.
No
I
way.
think it shocked my brain. Maybe it made me smarter. Crap out of almost. You gotta edit that out. I almost cussed on the podcast.
No.
Oh, chill out over there, Zane.
All right, my bad.
Zane gang, Zane gang.
Clap it up.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Man, I already bloopered it. About sports and basketball and all that, we don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what this is all about. Is
What was that?
It's the shock. It shocked us, man.
Oh my gosh.
We just got electrocuted in our eardrum. Oh.
Look at his face.
Okay, guys, I'm ready to go. Chats. We'll have another special guest coming up soon.
Don't reveal it.
So
Don't reveal it.
just look for it, and can't tell you it's gonna be you'll know within I think a week before we'll be putting it out on social media and stuff like that. So look for us to post about it. We've got a list of some people in mind to come out and be guests on our show, and should be a fun time. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. Make sure to comment down below what you think we can improve on, and if you like it or not, But even if you don't like it, me and Coach Woods, we're still gonna do it.
Yeah, the platforms we're using right now are our own individual, and I think the goal is we're gonna be trying to maybe filter it into one YouTube channel. Turf Talk.
Turf Talk.
I like it.
Yes, sir.
I like it. Turf Talk. All right.
Yeah,
Pleasure,
Zane,
man.
it's been great. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. ZG is out of here.